Hello everyone, I'm FMZ and welcome to episode 5 of Earning My Spurs. Today we take a look at a match roundup of 8 games, including the conclusion to the Champions League group. Can we make it 6 wins out of 6? But before we do that, if you like this content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. Don't forget I'm a member of the FM Creators community and the Passion for FM team. The link to the Discord server is in the description. Let's get to the results. And we start today's roundup in the Champions League away in Naples as we beat Napoli by 4-1. Let's take a look at it. Romagoli gave us the perfect start on his return to Italy to make it 1-0, heading in Brozovic's corner. We made it 2-0 on 35 minutes. Nelson Semedo will eventually pick the ball up. There he is. He plays it back towards Chiesa, who plays it in towards Harry Kane, who gives it back to him, and Chiesa sends it into the net with interest for 2-0. Divock Origi made it interesting with about 15 minutes to play. Lozano playing it into the middle, hits the defender, plays it back to him before he fires beyond the goalkeeper for 2-1. But then we turned on the style with about 10 minutes to play. Leroy Sané with the ball on the left-hand side, playing it into Harry Kane for 3-1. And then we wrapped up the win in the 84th minute. Brozovic with the free kick towards the far post. Leroy Sané converting the ball as we left Naples with all 3 points. We then travelled to the Cottage to take on Fulham and won by 2-1. Nelson Semedo was sent off. We'll have a look at that. But let's take a look at the goals as well. Now, Anthony Konaka gave Fulham a surprise lead as Mitrovic played it towards him on this right-hand side. He fired it beyond the goalkeeper for 1-0. We equalised from the penalty spot on 15 minutes, though. Dele Alli firing into the corner for 1-1. Then came the big moment of the first half on 20 minutes when Nelson Semedo was sent off. He plays it wide to Cavallero and then he just dives in, two-footed. Nelson Semedo, no complaints from our perspective. He did receive a further ban, so he's going to have an extra 2 games on top of the initial 1 match ban that he received. But it didn't stop us winning the game. Ben Davies with the winner. There he is at the near post. Woober heads it back across goal. Ben Davies slams it into the net to give us a win at Craven Cottage. We followed that up with a 1-0 win away at Burnley. Let's take a look at Dele Alli's goal. Scored on 31 minutes. Harry Kane with the ball on the left-hand side here, playing it into the middle. Dele Alli getting it back to Kane before he passes it into the net nicely to give us the only goal of the match at Turf Moor. The winning run continued at home to Bournemouth. The damage was already done before Ryan Fraser was sent off for 2 yellow cards in 3 minutes. Let's take a look at the goals. Harry Kane with the opening goal. Chiesa running down this left-hand side, playing it into Leroy Sané. They thought they'd cleared the danger. They hadn't. Harry Kane is unmarked in the centre of your penalty area, and you do that at your peril. We made it 2-0 on 27 minutes. And Ndombele playing the ball in to the far post where Chiesa comes inside and fires it beyond Ramsdale for 2-0. And it was all wrapped up before half-time. Bruno Fernandes with number 3. Woober playing it back to Ndombele. Nice little shot. Sané with the touchback. Bruno Fernandes firing it beyond the goalkeeper via a deflection, it has to be said. For Tottenham 3, Bournemouth 0. Sadly, we didn't make it 6 wins out of 6 in the group stage of the Champions League as we drew 1-1 with Bayern Munich. Let's take a look at the goals. Now, Romagoli is chipping in with his fair amount of goals so far this season. You will not probably see a better one from him, though. Harry Winks with the ball on the box. There is Romagoli on the edge as he fires it off the post and in for 1-0. But David Alaba equalised for Bayern Munich in the 59th minute. Robin Lewandowski with the ball, playing it towards the far post. There is Alaba, takes a touch, fires a bit on the goalkeeper for 1-1. And that is how it finished. Whilst we're in Champions League mode, let's wrap up the knockout stage draw. And it's a familiar face. Monaco. We played them at exactly the same stage last season. So hopefully we can repeat that and get through that tie. Let's take a look at the rest of the ties from the knockout stage. So it's a bit of a mixed bag for the English club. So Liverpool will play Benfica. Bayern Munich will play Juventus, Chelsea will play Atletico Madrid, Manchester United will play Bayer Leverkusen, Barcelona will play Arsenal, Porto will play Real Madrid, and Valencia will play PSG. We were back to Premier League action at the King Power as we drew 1-1 with Leicester City, and as you can see, they dominated the game, but we managed to find an equaliser. Let's take a look at the goals. Benkovic fired Leicester in front on 34 minutes with a neat little header for 1-0. Harry Kane rode to the rescue in the 72nd minute. Chilwell into Ndombele. He will send it towards the edge of the box. There is Leroy Sané. There is Harry Kane firing in for the equaliser. We did have a goal rightly ruled out through VAR, through Icardi, but we were thankful to leave the King Power with a point. Following that, we took on Manchester City at home and beat them by 2-0. Again, another sending off. There's been a lot of sendings off today. Kevin De Bruyne this time on 10 minutes. We'll have a look at that as well as Harry Kane's double. So Kevin De Bruyne not covering himself in glory here. Harry Kane picks the ball up, tackles him initially and then fouls Brozovic, two-footed. Rightly sent off, a straight red card, and it tipped the balance in our direction, as you can imagine. We took the lead on 52 minutes. Ndombele playing it towards Ben Chilwell. He will have a nice bit of interchange here with former City man Leroy Sané, who will eventually get the ball back from Chilwell. He will play it into the middle. There is Harry Kane to head us in front for 1-0. Then we wrapped up the game in the 87th minute. Brozovic pinches the ball. Son plays it wide to Nelson Semedo as we're breaking out. Chiesa with the ball. He will eventually take on Mendy. Gets beyond him, plays it in. Brozovic with the initial shot, saved. Saved again. Harry Kane tucks home the rebound as we beat Manchester City by 2-0. And finally, for today, it is a 1-0 win at Selhurst Park. Let's take a look at it. Harry Kane climbed off the bench in this one. Chiesa with the ball on the right-hand side, playing it to Kyle Walker. He will send it into the middle. There is Harry Kane, bread and butter for HK, as we won by 1-0. You will notice at the top of the screen, though, Crystal Palace had a goal ruled out through VAR. Jordan Ayew with it, but he was miles offside as we left Selhurst Park with all 3 points. So on to the competition screen we go. We mentioned the FA Cup first up. We are away to Forest Green Rovers in the 3rd round. That is a plum tie for them. Hopefully, well, we should make it through that quite easily. We'll probably play some of the kids in that one. No disrespect to Forest Green at all, but we have bigger priorities. AS Monaco is next up in the Champions League. That is now parked until February. It is the Premier League that is the most intriguing at the moment. We are top on 49 points. We have reached the turn as well. 19 games played. Liverpool is next up. That is the next game you will see from this series. They are a point behind. That is why we're going to show you that one, because that could prove pivotal in the end. Manchester United are 3 points behind Liverpool and 4 points behind us. Then there's a massive gap to Arsenal on 38, Manchester City on 36, Chelsea on 31, Wolves on 30. Down at the bottom, disappointingly, I can see West Ham are up to 13th, so they are no longer in the relegation zone. Sheffield United are bottom on 7 and have been cut well adrift of everybody else. Then there's 3 teams on 16, Palace, Bournemouth and Norwich. Then it's Fulham, Stoke, Watford and West Ham. So they're only 4 points above the relegation zone, but it's still disappointing to see them high as 13th, to be honest. But it's not about West Ham, it's about us. And to be leading the way at the halfway stage, I think that's the first time we've done it. And not to understate the match with Liverpool, it is a huge game in the season. Massive, absolutely massive. Our record against Liverpool is not the best, to be frank. So it's a double-edged sword. If we win that, then we will hopefully kick on from that and hopefully claim the Premier League title. If we lose it, then we lose ground on them and they go above us, and, you know, then the pressure starts to build once more. But it's looking like a 3-horse race at the moment. Obviously, Arsenal are very much adrift. They are not defending their title particularly well. Boo-hoo. Anyway, if you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and would like to do so, please hit the subscribe button down in the corner. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. Also, don't forget I'm a member of the FM Creators community and the Passion for FM team. The links to the Discord servers are in the description. I will see you at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium next time, where we welcome Liverpool. And hopefully, we can beat them. Until then, thanks for watching. Goodbye.